The marble floor of the five-star New York hotel gleamed under the golden chandeliers, but tension hung heavier than the polished air. In the center of the lobby stood Khalid al-Rashid, a billionaire from Dubai, his sharply tailored suit making him look as though he carried the weight of empires. His dark eyes burned with fury as he snapped at the trembling receptionist, his accent thick and his voice echoing through the hall. "I fly across the world, and this is how you treat me? Unacceptable." His words bit like a blade. Guests whispered, employees froze. Khalid was used to power, to control. But this humiliation of a botched reservation and misplaced documents, was the final straw. He grabbed his suitcase, signaling to his assistant. "Enough. We are leaving." Everyone knew the billionaire's reputation. He was ruthless in business, never forgiving of mistakes. Once his mind was set, no one dared stop him. The receptionist's eyes welled with tears, but Khalid didn't care. He turned on his heel, ready to disappear into the night. And that's when it happened. From the corner of the lobby, near the janitor's cart, a small voice rose. Soft, uncertain at first, but unmistakable. "La tadhab, ya amu, please don't go, uncle." The billionaire froze. His grip on the suitcase handle tightened. Slowly, he turned toward the sound. Standing beside a worn mop bucket was a little girl, no older than 7, with big brown eyes that mirrored innocence and courage. She clutched a rag doll with one arm, the other tugging at her father's sleeve. Her dark curls framed her face, and her voice, gentle but firm, repeated again, this time clearer. "La tadhab, min fadlak. Don't leave, please." The lobby fell silent. Her father, the janitor, went pale. His name was Daniel Carter, a single dad struggling to make ends meet. He worked night shifts scrubbing floors, raising his daughter, Lily, alone after his wife's passing. He bent down quickly, whispering, "Lily, sweetheart, don't bother the man." His cheeks burned with shame. But Khalid's eyes stayed locked on the child. "You speak Arabic?" His voice, usually commanding, softened in disbelief. The girl nodded timidly, clutching her doll tighter. "Mama used to teach me before she went to heaven. She said Arabic is beautiful." Her voice cracked, but she forced a smile. A silence stretched between them, heavy yet tender. Something shifted in Khalid's expression. The fury that moments ago consumed him now flickered into something else, something he hadn't allowed himself to feel in years. His throat tightened. Memories surged, his own daughter, Amira, who had once tugged at his sleeve the same way. But Amira was gone, taken too soon by an illness money couldn't cure. For years Khalid buried that wound beneath steel walls of anger and business empires. He never let anyone in. Until now. "Come here," Khalid said softly, almost against his own will. Daniel panicked. "Sir, please," she didn't mean to. But Lily stepped forward. Slowly, nervously, she walked across the gleaming floor, her tiny shoes squeaking. She stood before the towering billionaire, tilting her head up with innocent courage. Khalid knelt, meeting her eyes. "What is your name, little one?" "Lily," she whispered. "But Mama called me Layla when she spoke Arabic. She said it means night, but, a pretty night." Khalid's chest tightened. Layla. His late wife used to sing the same word when rocking their daughter to sleep. The coincidence pierced through his hardened heart like light through cracks. "Do you know why I was angry?" he asked her. Lily shook her head. "Because sometimes grown-ups forget what matters. They chase big things and forget the little things." His voice faltered, surprising even himself. Lily's small hand reached out, resting against his sleeve. "Daddy says little things are the most important. Like hugs. And remembering to smile." The billionaire blinked rapidly, his vision blurring. A little girl, a janitor's daughter, had undone him in seconds. He glanced up at Daniel, who stood frozen, unsure whether to apologize or bow. Shame and exhaustion lined the man's face, his uniform worn thin from endless nights of labor. Khalid rose to his full height, his voice regaining its power, but now carrying a new tone. "You," he addressed Daniel. "Where did your daughter learn Arabic?" Daniel cleared his throat nervously. "My wife, she was Lebanese. She passed away 3 years ago. Lily remembers bits of what she taught." A long pause. Then Khalid nodded slowly. "Your wife was right. Arabic is beautiful." For the first time in years, Khalid's lips curved into something resembling a smile. He turned to his assistant. "Cancel the flight. I'm not leaving." Gasps rippled across the lobby. The receptionist covered her mouth in disbelief. But Khalid wasn't done. He faced Daniel again. "Tell me, Mr. Carter." "Daniel Carter." "Mr. Carter," Khalid continued, "how long have you worked here?" Daniel hesitated. 5 years. Since my wife passed. I needed steady work." "And your daughter? You bring her here at night?" Daniel's shoulders slumped. "I don't have anyone to watch her. I can't afford childcare. She sits quietly while I work." Something in Khalid's chest broke. He saw not just a janitor, but a father carrying the weight of the world on weary shoulders. A man who scrubbed floors to give his daughter a chance. Khalid inhaled deeply. For years, he had punished the world for taking his family from him. But tonight, this little girl, this Lily, had reminded him that love, even broken, still breathed. He crouched down once more to face Lily. "Would you like to learn more Arabic? Properly?" Her eyes lit up. "Yes. Mama wanted me to, but Daddy says lessons are too expensive." Khalid's gaze softened. "Then I will teach you. Or rather, I will make sure you have the best teachers." He placed a hand over his heart. "This is my promise to you, Layla." Daniel's eyes widened. "Sir, I can't." "You can," Khalid interrupted gently, but firmly. "No child should lose the gift of their heritage. And no father should carry this burden alone." Tears welled in Daniel's eyes. He wasn't a man who cried easily, but kindness this profound pierced through walls he didn't know he had built. Why would you do this for us?" he whispered. Khalid looked at Lily, then back at Daniel. "Because once, I had a daughter too. She reminded me of her. And because sometimes, strangers remind us we are still human." The lobby stood in stunned silence. Employees, guests, everyone felt the shift. The furious billionaire who had arrived like a storm was now a man touched by grace. Khalid turned to his assistant. "Arrange for Mr. Carter to meet me tomorrow. We will discuss a new position for him. Something worthy of a man raising a daughter with such strength." Daniel's jaw dropped. A new position?" "Yes," Khalid said firmly. "Your place is not scrubbing floors. You have dignity, Mr. Carter, and it's time the world sees it." Lily beamed, throwing her little arms around Khalid's neck. "Shukran, Uncle Khalid." For the first time in years, the billionaire let tears fall. He hugged her back, feeling the warmth of innocence melt years of bitterness. In the weeks that followed, Daniel's life transformed. With Khalid's help, he secured a better job with fair pay, enough to provide for Lily's future. Khalid arranged for Lily to attend the best school, where she blossomed, studying languages, music, and art. But the real transformation was in Khalid himself. No longer the man consumed by fury, he began to heal through the bond he formed with Lily and Daniel. They visited him often, filling his empty penthouse with laughter and life. And every evening, when Lily practiced her Arabic, Khalid would sit beside her, smiling through tears, remembering his own daughter with love instead of rage. One night, as the sun set over New York's skyline, Khalid looked at Daniel and whispered, "Your daughter saved me that night. I came here ready to walk away from everything. But her voice, her Arabic, it brought me back. She gave me something money could never buy, hope." Daniel placed a hand on his shoulder. "And you gave us a future. That's the power of kindness. It saves both ways." Khalid nodded, his eyes glistening. For the first time in years, he wasn't just a billionaire. He was a man who had found family again, not by blood, but by the unbreakable bond of humanity. And in that truth lay the story's lesson: sometimes, the smallest voices carry the power to heal the loudest storms.